The bill's lead sponsor says death by rifle is, quote, more humane than all those other ways. My first guest has a lot to say on this subject, and he's got the knowledge to back it up, too. Dr. James Williams is a leading courtroom expert on firing squads. He also happens to be an ER physician. Dr. Williams, I am so glad to have you here tonight because I have so many questions about this. Take us through the mechanics and the protocols and just the step-by-step of death by firing squad.
Well, I can certainly give you the rundown for what we know of the jurisdictions that use it now, Ashleigh. The only state in the United States that has used a firing squad at all, practically speaking, in historical records, state of Utah, and they have executed 43 inmates since they began using that back in the 1870s. So 43 firing squad executions, so that's a pretty good track record. Has been successful in every case, although there were a couple of delays back in the 19th century. The procedure as outlined by the Utah Department of Corrections is pretty straightforward. The execution chamber is bulletproof all around. The inmate is strapped to a chair, which you had a photo of. I don't know that that's precisely the Utah death chamber. It looks pretty close to me, but I haven't looked at those photos for quite a while. The inmate is strapped to the chair. A target is affixed on his chest, overlying the heart and the great vessels, the cardiovascular bundle. To either side of the inmate, there are two witness chambers with bulletproof glass. On the one side is the witnesses from the public, and on the other side are the death house officials and personnel. Facing opposite the individual in the chair are the firing squad themselves. The state of Utah provides for 5 riflemen, one of whom is the captain of the squad. They are behind a concrete block barricade with a firing slit in it. They all troop into this chamber with rifles that have been preloaded by the captain. The rifle muzzles are poked through the slit, and on command, all 5 rifles are discharged simultaneously, with the aim point being the heart of the inmate. This provides a very rapid demise for the individual.
How rapid? How long does it take for the condemned man to die?
Well, we've got some pretty good data from animal models that I think is worth looking at. The best study that has been done was done in the Netherlands about 10 years ago. And what they did was they put electroencephalograph electrodes on the rats' skulls, put the rats to sleep with anesthetic, and then they chopped their heads off, and they monitored the EEG activity after the heads had been chopped off. And they found that after complete cessation of blood flow to the brain goes into disorganized activity in about 3 to 4 seconds. This is consistent with the findings that we have from observations in combat from men who have served as combat medics that I've interviewed on this topic. And also when we use, in police circles, when we use defensive tactics training, we often use a restraint called the LVNR, lateral vascular neck restraint, which sometimes referred to as a sleeper hold or the choke hold. This produces unconsciousness when applied correctly in about 3 to 4 seconds. I've had that happen to myself as well in training with law enforcement, and it's very rapid. You're really completely unconscious very quickly.
Are you saying that the minute you're shot with, and I know there's 5 riflemen, 1 is a blank, so 4 right. Sets of bullets. I know that there's 2 to 3 bullets loaded. They fire once as a group. If you're shot by 4 bullets in the same target area of the heart, that the heart would cease all blood flow to the brain within seconds, so you're effectively unconscious and feeling no pain after a few seconds?
Well, yes, you'll be unconscious in a matter of 3 to 4 seconds. That's my take on it. When those 4 rifle bullets strike the heart, you're talking about a tremendous amount of energy. The ballistic energy of a 30 caliber rifle bullet is approximately 2,800 foot-pounds. you're talking about something in the neighborhood of 12,000 foot-pounds of energy passing through the torso, through the heart, in about 4 milliseconds. This is extremely destructive. The heart ceases to exist as a functioning organ, and blood flow from the heart ceases immediately. So this would be, in terms of cardiovascular physiology, it would be equivalent to slicing the head off with a guillotine, and there would be complete loss of blood flow from that instant forward. Thereafter, in consciousness in 3 to 4 seconds.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.